Welcome back to All I Know About Depop. This video is about cross-listing. Now, this video is going to be in two parts. The first part, I'm going to share what happened to me and why my Depop account got taken down. And the second part is going to be what is cross-listing, why it's important, and how I cross-list on multiple platforms really easily. So, cut to earlier this year, I think it was like a nice, calm Friday afternoon. I'm about to clock off work for the weekend and I just go and check my emails to check nothing has cropped up. Spoiler alert, something did crop up. I open my emails and I see that I have 4 emails from Depop and one of them has something like urgent written in the headline. So I open the first 3 emails and they inform me that 3 of my Depop listings have been taken down for violating Depop policies. So I look at the items and I think, wow, this is weird because they are like the most average Depop listings ever. Nothing cheeky, the descriptions are like wholesome, normal descriptions, the hashtags are relevant. I have no idea what policy they broke. They didn't actually say this in the email, they just sent me the list of all of the Depop policies. I read the last email from Depop. This email informs me that my Depop account has been deactivated because Depop has found multiple Depop accounts under my name. They show me the accounts that come up. One is Rarify, which is like my main shop. The second is like an account that I haven't used since like 2015 when I first started using Depop. And the third is an account that I set up when I wanted to start a different shop, but I didn't really end up working on it and I like abandoned it quite a while ago. The email goes on to say that they've deactivated all 3 of the accounts and I need to choose only one to reactivate. I go to the Depop app and I can't log in, so then I just like search for my shop in the Depop search bar, but like nothing comes up, it doesn't exist. So yeah, horrible feeling of panic and like quite intense worry. I reply to this email as quickly as I can. Obviously, I want to keep Rarify over these like old accounts from years ago. And to be fair to them, I got my shop reactivated with all my listings within about 30 minutes of replying to that email. I don't think that policy of not having multiple accounts under one name is like a super obvious policy. I guess it is my responsibility to read up on their policies and know what the rules of Depop are, but saying that it's not as like obvious as like, you know, don't drop ship or don't spam or, you know, don't scam your customers. But having an old account from being a teenager that's also in my name, like I think that's a kind of a tame policy break. But if I took anything from this, it's that I rely on Depop, but Depop does not rely on me. At the end of the day, if Depop wants to deactivate my account and shut down everything, they can, and I have absolutely no control over that. So it's so important to branch out in my business. So if one platform lets you down, you have the others. I don't know, it was quite a horrible experience, and even though it was like quite short and it all got resolved, it was really not nice to like have my shop just like disappear. But anyway, we're gonna try and get a little bit more control and move forward. So what is cross-listing? So if you've not heard of the term cross-listing before, it basically just means listing the same listings on different platforms. So for example, if you're selling a jumper on Depop, if you cross-list that jumper to Etsy and eBay, that means that you're listing that jumper also on Etsy and eBay. So why should you cross-list? When Depop took down my account without even giving me a heads up, this was a huge reminder that I need to make sure that I am making money from multiple different places. Because if you rely on one and something does go wrong and you can't get it back, then you've lost everything. And let me tell you, when I searched my own shop on Depop and it did not exist, that was not a nice feeling. But actually that is not the only reason to cross-list. I found that when I started selling on 2 different platforms, my sales actually doubled because now my items could be found in 2 different places. So not only do I think that cross-listing will be super beneficial to your sales, but I also think that it will protect you in case, you know, one platform decides to randomly, on a Friday afternoon, completely delete your account. So how do I cross-list? I think the best way to cross-list is to pick one platform as your main platform and then copy the listings and paste them from this platform to the other platforms. For example, Depop would be my main platform, so I would type up my listings to Depop and publish, and then once published, I'll copy the listing over to Etsy and post with the same photos. There are some variations on the different platforms on what is needed when you list. For example, Depop photos are square, but Etsy requires you to have a landscape photo as your first photo of the listing, or else it ends up zooming in on the listing and this looks a bit weird. So what I do is I shoot my photos in square for Depop, and then what I do is edit the first photo for Etsy so it fits into the landscape shape that's needed. I sell on Depop and Etsy because I think that's where the right audience is for my items. I did start selling on Vinted, which was quite a big hit actually, but then Vinted actually started to ban resellers from the app, so that was short-lived. In the US, I think there are more apps that are similar to Etsy and Depop, like Poshmark and Mercari. So I would have a play around on these different apps and try the ones that you think will suit your shop and then see what works. I recently decided to pay for a subscription with Zipsale, which is a website that helps you cross-list easily. You upload your listings from one platform and then it copies the listings and the photos and posts them on other platforms. It also automatically deletes your items, so when you sell something, you don't accidentally sell it again on the other platform. I think I pay around £6, £7 every month for this website, although they do have a free option, so you can check that out. I find that it does save a lot of time when cross-listing, so to me that is worth the money. If you're just starting out, then I definitely think your money is much more valuable being invested into stock, so I would hold fire on like paying for a subscription like Zipsale, and then you can opt for this later when you have a little bit more money in your business. Cross-listing can be done really easily manually. It's just that with a service like Zipsale, it just makes it a little bit quicker. Okay, that is a wrap on this video. My next video is going to be all about preparing your shop for winter, so stay tuned for that. If this was helpful, then be sure to check out these. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. So my Depop is fine, but like, is my mentality okay? No.